The Newsday continues here in One News Now. I'm Diego Castro. Here are the top stories of the hour. Tito Soto slams tape for trying to push its own political agenda through Eat Bulaga. Speaking on agenda, Soto said tape wanted to have a segment to promote a party list for kasambahays. He maintained that they have never allowed Eat Bulaga to be used for political matters.
They wanted to remove bawal judgmental portion. Ipapalit daw is a portion ng search for kasambahay. Sabi ko, why? Mahina yan eh. And then they said, they admitted it again, they admitted it again a few days ago, that Romy is putting up a party list, kasambahay.
Soto also insisted that they own a trademark of Eat Bulaga brand as they created it back in 1979. He said Tape filed a trademark application in 2011, but the original hosts were not informed about it.
We were the creators in 1979. And when it comes to copyright, any composition, drawing, or works of arts, yung creator of the work is the owner from the time of creation. History and the law backs us up, and therefore I really believe that we should use Eat Bulaga because we are Eat Bulaga.
Soto said they plan to bring back some talents for the new Eat Bulaga and find new ones along the way. He added that the new segments will also be introduced for the quote, rebirth of the show.
We're going to maintain some of the portions that the followers like, but there are, I think, about 2 other new portions that we are going to introduce that they will love. Ang ganda nito mga naisip na portion na bago ng grupo namin eh. So, it'll be a, rebirth of Eat Bulaga. It will be a new venture.
Soto's remarks came after MediaQuest announced that TVJ's new home is Kapatid Network TV5. MediaQuest said TVJ and other Dabarkads have signed a deal to, quote, produce content for TV5 and other MediaQuest platforms. Soto said they were approached by at least 5 television networks and companies.
There have been a number of offers from at least 5 television stations and companies, but we have decided because there will be other MediaQuest platforms that we will engage into. We have decided that Dabarkads will produce the content for TV5 and it will open another chapter. Sabi nga nung statement na ginawa ng MediaQuest.
MediaQuest President and CEO Jane Basa says TV5's partnership with TVJ strengthens their ability to deliver the best for Filipino viewers. Basa says she's happy that Tito Vic and Joey will now call TV5 their home. In other news, President Bongbong Marcos has approved a blueprint for the Philippine export industry. This comes days after the country's membership in the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership took effect. Under the Philippine Export Development Plan, the government will enforce, quote, industry-level interventions to address challenges in the sector. That's opposed to the macro-level policies that Trade Chief Alfredo Pascual said the Philippines had been implementing. Aside from an industry-level scope, Pascual says the government must also create policies to address issues at a company level.
What we're proposing in the Export Development Plan is industry-level intervention or policy issuances that will support sector development. We believe that we need to work closely with individual firms to be able to take care of their needs as they venture into potential export business for their companies.
President Bongbong Marcos welcomed the tie-up between the Agriculture Department and a South Korean cooperative for mechanization efforts. The President witnessed the signing of the Memorandum of Understanding between the DA and the Korea Agricultural Machinery Industry Cooperative, or KAMICO, at the Palace. The tie-up aims to improve agricultural productivity and food security in the country. The President said mechanization is crucial to boosting agri-production, especially amid the country's efforts to become rice self-sufficient. Farmers are also seen to become more competitive, as establishing local machinery production would mean better yield and lower costs. We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Diego Castro. 100 days since the sinking of MT Princess Empress, the NBI Environmental Crime Division has filed charges before the Justice Department in relation to the incident which caused a massive oil spill in Mindoro and other areas. These raps include falsification of documents, use of falsified documents, and perjury. Some 35 individuals are facing charges, including 7 incorporators and directors from the RDC Ray Eld, the company that owns the sunken vessel. Also facing complaints are 6 crew members, 19 Philippine Coast Guard personnel, and 2 officials from the Maritime Industry Authority, or Marina. The NBI notes that based on their investigation, the Certificate of Public Convenience used by the MT Princess Empress was falsified. This is a document required to allow a ship to sail. Officials from Marina and RDC Rayeld allegedly conspired for the purpose of illegally registering MT Princess Empress with false documents. The PCG personnel are also liable as they were not able to check the validity of the CPC prior to the voyage. Aside from the NBI, Pola Oriental Mindoro Mayor Jennifer Cruz is also among the complainants. Speaking to Radio 5's Mon Gualvez, Cruz says the filing of charges is one step closer to justice.
Ang pinaglalaban natin dito ay hindi na yung makaklaim eh. Ang pinaglalaban natin dito ay hindi na maulit to dahil marami nang nagdaan na ganitong pangyayari pero hindi nakakasuhan. So this time, magkakaroon ng karatatarungan.
Tropical storm Chedeng has further intensified over the Philippine Sea. Pag-asa last spotted Chedeng Center some 1,060 kilometers east of southeastern Luzon. It is unlikely to directly bring heavy rains over any part of the country in the next 3 to 5 days. Chedeng is forecast to move generally northwestward or west-northwestward today through mid-Friday. It will remain far from Philippine landmass throughout the forecast period. However, Chedeng is forecast to intensify in the next 3 to 4 days and may be upgraded to severe tropical storm category tonight or tomorrow. It may also intensify into a typhoon on Thursday. Aside from the Mayon and Taal volcanoes in Luzon, authorities have also prohibited flights near Mount Canlaon in Negros Island due to the risk of volcanic activity. PHIVOLCS reports on Tuesday that increased volcanic earthquakes and sulfur dioxide emissions have been observed at Canlaon volcano. With this, the Civil Aviation Authority warns all aircraft that the area is a no-fly zone amid the threat of sudden ash eruptions that can be dangerous to aircraft engines. CAAP notes that airmen will be informed of an advisable flight path. Over in Mayon, some towns in Albay are gearing up for possible lahar flow caused by the heavy rainfall. Towns that are affected by the threat of lahar flow include Camalig, Daraga, Ginobatan, Legazpi, Santo Domingo, and Tabaco. At least 79 rockfall events at Mayon were recorded by PHIVOLCS on Tuesday from the volcano's lava dome. That's almost double the 49 recorded the day before. PHIVOLCS warns that this number may increase. Because of the continued unrest, Mayon remains under alert level 2. There is also a possibility of a phreatic eruption or steam-driven explosions taking place.
Ang binabantayan natin ay kung baka po may mga tao dun sa loob ng 6-kilometer permanent danger zone na maaaring tamaan itong mga bumabagsak na mga bato na ito.
And that's it for this hour. I'm Diego Castro. Join us again at 11:15 a.m. We are One News. All sides, all the time.